and welcome to this new edition of the NFL season. We have breaking news. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have announced their new quarterback, and we have footage. Let's cut to that footage right now of the new Tampa Bay Buccaneers starting quarterback.
Nice catch, Henry.
Yep, you're gonna get a lot of playing time.
He's got to put me in. It's either me or Windermere.
Windermere! 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 What's wrong with him? You moron! You imbecile. Time out! Time out! Rowan Gardner, get in the right field.
I saw Wallace Shawn die. Wallace Shawn is dead.
It's 2 minutes for roping. I like that. You're a jabroni.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Wednesday night. It is What the Show. Hiya Papaya. My name is AJ Lancaster. I'm one of our guest hosts.
One of our guest hosts.
One of our guest
Yes.
hosts.
After
I
Papaya,
don't do this
think
every
so.
week. I don't do this every week.
Oh,
Impressive. Well, I'm Chet Stedman's biggest fan. As you can see, I'm playing solo tonight. We're having a little bit of technical issues. Bethany is also not feeling so spectacular, so we decided it's just going to be me broadcasting tonight. Hopefully, we have this resolved sooner rather than later. But who's this guy?
I am Brickma's biggest fan. Let the big juice eat.
And yes, so
All I
welcome to What the Show. We're here tonight to. We don't really have a super hardcore agenda tonight, but we all watched Rookie of the Year recently, and we have a lot to talk about with that. But before we get into that, let's talk about this month's charity. And in order to do that, it is in honor of somebody from our community who we lost, Ben Rainier. But we have somebody who's super close with Ben here tonight, who's going to be having some fun with us tonight, and we'll have him explain what the GoFundMe is going to actually support. So let's bring on Soda.
Or not.
Hey, what up, sir? Nice to be here. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So obviously you were super close with Ben, and you know more about the GoFundMe and what the actual cause is going to. So we figured we'd let you give a little description of what all of the streamlets that we're going to get for this month are going to go to.
Which is very much appreciated. Yes, so for those of you who don't know, Ben Rainier was born with a rare genetic condition called familial dysautonomia, also known as Riley-Day syndrome, which basically it just affects your way of life. Like basically by the time he passed away, he was getting ready to go into a wheelchair. It's a very harsh reality. He couldn't cry properly. Like he was in constant pain every day. And I found out after talking to his mom that he was actually getting closer to like going blind. It's pretty rough. And unfortunately, that is what took him from us. People with that condition don't normally live long lives, but he still managed to live 35 years. And he touched a lot of people that he came in contact with. Like when he died, we were all surprised by the outpouring of support. None more so than his family, because Ben kept his online life separate from his private life and vice versa. So we didn't know anything going on there, and they didn't know anything going on here. And it was definitely a wild surprise for both of us. And not that long ago, we had our big fundraiser show for Ben where we raised that night. We raised just over $4,500. The last time I checked, it was at $5,300, and all the money raised is going to the Familia Dysautonomia Foundation, which is the charity that Ben's family worked with for Ben's condition and what have you. So it's going to be going to help treat people with that disease.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Such a good, way to honor Ben. And
yeah,
I will say on our end, I know you mentioned that he kept everything with his personal life and his online life, separate. His mom follows us now, and every time I see one of our posts that she likes, it always makes me smile. So
that was the thing. Like once she passed, she decided, you know what, she wanted to see what all this was about, and she wanted to stay connected with us through Twitter. So I think that's pretty cool. She's a pretty cool, tough lady.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
Yeah,
and Ben definitely is a major part of the community that we've had around here for the past several years. So he's definitely going to be missed. But we're going to put all the Streamlabs for the entire month of February towards that GoFundMe. So it's our little way of honoring Ben.
Yeah, thank you. Like I said, thank you very much. Yeah, it was it was a tough loss, and it still doesn't feel real even just over a month later. I'm not gonna lie. There are days where, like, a lot of the stuff coming out, like I was like, "Oh, have you seen it?" And then I want to tell them I've asked them if you've seen it, but you can't because that's what we would do every day, right?
Could you imagine, like, the James Gunn announcement? Like,
oh, he would have been just my phone would have been all day at work, man. Oh yeah. Like one of the things we were talking about was that '90s show. So the night it came out, I binged the whole series, and I was a couple times I found myself reaching for the phone trying to text him. I was like, shit,
dude. Yeah. Did you like it as much as I liked it? Because I'm a big fan of that.
I really enjoyed it. It is a worthy sequel series, very much a worthy sequel series. I cannot wait for the next season.
I think it's going to build. Let's talk about it for a second while we're talking about that '90s show. I really liked. There were 2 episodes in the middle that I really liked. I think it was the 4th and 5th episode. I thought were the strongest of the run. I thought it was kind of up and down for the rest of it. But you're right. I think the foundation is there now that it's laid out enough that they can just dive head first into the second season and not necessarily have to rely on Red and Kitty quite as much as they did in this season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they can still be like central characters.
They have to be. I mean, they're still probably the best part of the show. The kids are good, but Red and Kitty are great.
Yeah, the scene where the kid came out to Kitty was just it was probably the best acted scene in the whole season.
Dude, Deborah Jo Rupp made me cry.
Oh yeah,
that's the thing with her and Kurtwood Smith. Those people have done like Shakespeare on stage and nailed it. They are classically trained actors.
Yeah, Kurtwood RoboCop. That's one of the best roles ever.
That is true. That's what he was doing in the 80s. That's between that 70s and 90s show.
Yeah, that was when he had his midlife crisis.
When it comes to the show, like I felt like a lot of the beats, I didn't feel the instant connection that I did to the kids because I actually watched all of that '70s show a couple months back, like start to finish. So I hadn't done it in a long time. And you notice some of that '70s show from the pilot, like they had such a solid pilot. Like the end of the pilot, you had an identification of each of the characters and kind of knew who they were. This one took a little bit more time to get there, but again, being only 10 episodes, I think that there is more.
I'm with you, but I think that also plays into his strengths because unlike the original series, like the main kid, Eric and Donna's kid, hasn't known them. So for me, I felt it worked because she wasn't as familiar with the other characters. So for me, their chemistry worked, even though it took a little bit, like you said, to get used to. But yeah, by the time we got to the end, I was like, I want more. It was such a quick binge too, like 3.5 hours, I think.
Yeah, because they were actually like 20. They were. Like actual network length. They were like 22 minutes each.
The pilot was the longest. That was the one that was about half an hour.
Mm-hmm. But it was fun. I think it's there's space for it to grow, so that's a good thing.
And they didn't rely as heavy on the old cast. Like you saw them all pretty much one and done, except for Fez and Donna.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you really want a great like pairing with it too. After watching through that 90s show, the first season, go and watch VHS 94.
Okay.
You just want everybody to watch the VHS movies, AJ.
Well, 94 specifically, because there's like a Riot Girls punk group in one of them, and it fits. It fits really well.
Okay, I'll have to take your word for that.
Yeah. So, are you a horror guy or no?
I am. But I'm more into like the slasher horror than I am the psychological horror. Yeah, like I do like maybe The Conjuring and some of that, but for the most part, yeah, give me my slashers, give me my special effects. I love that stuff. Yeah, I'm a big Jason Freddy guy.
Oh yeah, nice dude.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's this anthology, like the Riot Girl one. Basically, it is a slasher. It's like a ghost slasher kind of thing. It kind of feels a little Sam Raimi-ish.
Okay,
it's fun. It's really fun. Yeah, But I mean, yeah, I do push the VHS series probably a bit too much. Not gonna lie, but
And then we all have those things. We all have those things.
oh, yeah.
Awesome. So what we were going to talk about tonight, though, as random as this is, all of us that watch the show, we're all football guys. I was watching the AFC Championship, and right afterwards, my wife Bethany was like, "Let's stay up and watch something, but nothing too heavy. Let's watch something that's super easy that we don't really have to pay attention to." And I'm scrolling through HBO Max, and I see Rookie of the Year. I'm like,
Yeah.
Okay, I have not watched that movie in a long time. Let's go with that. Rookie of the Year is the wildest movie I've seen in a long time.
So freaking
Even
good.
wilder than the Mighty Ducks. And as a hockey fan, that movie does not work when they get on the ice.
It's okay. So the title of this episode is Microaggressions Against Sanity, and that's how I described every scene of this movie as I was watching it.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's just from the Windemeyer thing, just the coach just verbally abusing a kid because he has allergies to
You moron.
Oh yeah, so good.
Yeah, probably reminiscent of parents from back in those days.
Yeah. I did Little League probably about 5 years later, and
Yeah.
Is this movie obviously like we would consider it a satire, but like is it like regarded as a satire?
No.
I don't think
No,
so.
it's
It really
it's
is.
a 90s family sports movie.
Well,
Yeah,
right,
that's why I
right.
remembered it, yeah.
But
It
yeah,
is 100% unironic, and that's
Yeah.
the best part. It's intentional.
You put Gary Busey as a
Right.
baseball pitcher. First off, just right there.
But here's the thing, though. Like Gary Busey back then isn't Gary Busey now.
That's true.
That's the thing. Like he's still only 10 years removed from an Academy Award nomination, and
Right.
maybe 7 years removed from his villain role in Lethal Weapon. So he still
But
has the clout.
It is after the accident, though.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure it's after the accident. It's 93.
Yeah, 93 is Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
But one of the things I'd mentioned about this, I actually wrote this out as what I want to be the pull quote on the film. I've seen a Serbian film. I've seen Salo and 120 Days or 120 Days of Sodom. I've seen most of David Cronenberg's filmography. But I would count a mustachioed Gary Busey running in slow motion toward a camera among the most troubling images I've seen in film.
Ouch. Poor Gary.
It's
Oh god, yeah.
It's,
oh, I didn't mean to hit that.
oh, that's
Or did
that's-
somebody else hit it?
That's the other
Oh,
one.
sorry. I thought
That's
I
the other
accidentally
one,
clicked.
though. That's what I popped for this movie. He gets
Oh,
hit in the
God.
face, and instead of saying "fuck," instead of saying "fuck," he says "funky butt loving."
Yeah.
If I was a parent, I'm just saying that I would have rather they said "fuck" and my kid said "fuck" because they watched the movie. Then they repeat the phrase "funky butt loving" in any public sphere.
So
Ever.
I have a funny story about like kind of that going a little off course. I had like a VHS recorded off of like I don't forget like Cinemax or HBO or whatever it was on back in the day, and it came up and it had a mistake on it and it said it was rated R, and I brought that in for like a school trip or something to watch on the bus, and the teacher's like, wait a minute, I'm like, it's Rookie of the Year.
Very nice.
But watching it today, like that was a PG back then. This would probably be a PG-13 by today's standards.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, totally. Oh, all the shit they put the kids through. Yeah, no doubt.
And just the way the kids, the stuff the kids do, and just some of the absolute ludicrous scenes that happen in here. There are some actually pretty, like Daniel Stern. I saw in the chat that this is the sequel to Home Alone 2. It kind of could be because like he's gone through some.
He directed this film.
He did, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We've all unanimously decided. So we have a thing we started last year. We're gonna do it every year. We do a heroes bracket, like, and a hero to what the show is somebody who does something so extraordinarily fun or goofy or something like that that makes us just very happy. And Daniel Stern, like, embodies that between being Marvin Home Alone and this role and everything. Daniel Stern's not only going to be on our list; he's going to be like one of the high. He's going to be a very high seed.
Yeah,
So,
my personal favorite Daniel Stern role is in City Slickers as Phil.
Yep. Oh yeah, I haven't seen that in forever either.
Yeah. Been making it in the bushes. Haven't had coffee. Pretty sure I got a rash.
Well, and it's weird that we mentioned the heroes bracket right when I was about to go into like the once again harrowing experience of this script when they're in the lunchroom. Do you guys remember the lunchroom scene?
Yeah.
Is that towards the beginning? Because I just rewatched.
It is.
Yeah. A 12-year-old girl having drink her milk. It was a thing. That
Milk's
was
done her body good.
Christ.
And it's Julie the Cat Gaffney from which is what, like, some of these kids, like, they got into these like, because the 90s were phenomenal time for family sports movies. Like, the younger generation today just does not know what we had, all of us had, at our disposal.
I've got a friend who what was she gonna look? She was gonna show her kids The Sandlot, but then she decided not to because she's like, "There's no way my kids would like how the kids in this movie are treating the women." I'm like, that's like kind of how it was back then, though.
Yeah,
that's supposed to be a retro movie from the get-go, so that's not even supposed to be taking place in the 90s.
Yeah, but no, I hear you. Like, I'm still a big fan of the Mighty Ducks, Little Giants. Oh yeah, Quack Attack is back, Jack. Little Giants, like I said, Heavyweights, Sandlot, of course. Like, Sandlot's the one that's kind of like the all-star team of those movies because you've got kids from different franchises. Yeah.
The Big Green.
The Big Green,
Green, yeah.
I rewatched that one.
Shit, The Big Green. I haven't seen that.
Ladybugs with Rodney Dangerfield.
Ladybugs, yeah, with Rodney Dangerfield, where he dresses his girlfriend's kid as a
Jonathan Brandis cross dresses to play on the girls' soccer team.
That's a movie that I don't think would be made nowadays.
No, that's not happening.
Nope.
What was the other one I was thinking of that we were talking about some of these the other day, because like we've done the show for about going on 3 years now. We've determined that like 90s family shows are like what is like our all of us combined. Like, we all have our different interests when it comes to movies, but it's like, I just watched Rookie of the Year, or I just watched Little Big League, or I just watched Angels in the Out, and all of us like, I gotta go watch that again. Every single one of us excited.
Three Ninjas won me Wii Sports Baseball this week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Three Ninjas is that's a fun one. I think I might be a fan of the second one more.
The one where they go to Japan, or the one
where they go to Japan, but it was film third. It's like that weird.
The order is messed up.
When you got to the third one, it's the kids from the first one. It's like, what the hell's going on?
Those are the two. So my library had the first one and that one. So like, I never saw. I watched the other one on YouTube like years later.
Yeah,
but I grew up on those two.
Yeah, I saw the third one once, and I've never seen the Hulk Hogan one.
No, never.
I don't want to.
Yeah,
I don't really.
No, brother.
No.
But
now if they cast Iron Chief,
now we're talking.
I had this thing that it was going to be a full-on podcast. We put about 4 episodes in, mostly went unreleased. Going through all of the air. 3 or 4.
You put the third one. I missed when you put the third one out.
But going through all the Air Bud movies and how batshit crazy they evolve. By the 4th one, there are genome soldier, like they're doing a genome soldier project on dogs.
That's a series that skipped me.
It's insane. It's batshit crazy.
I actually only the first 2 went theatrical, right?
I think so. Yeah, everything else was direct to video.
So, and there's fun stuff like the original Buddy. During the filming of the movie, had actual cancer, had doggy cancer. He lost a paw and passed away before the filming of the Kids' Choice Awards. But Buddy was at the Kids' Choice Awards that year.
Okay.
Yeah, he passed away a month before, but they just brought out another dog. just to lie to children. Millions of them.
The second movie is blatantly obvious that there's multiple dogs that have different shades of like the golden hair too, which is pretty fun. It is so obvious, but it's different dogs in the second one.
Oh, the second one is Golden Receiver. It's the football movie. There are oh my god, the kids on the other team are easily in their 20s.
Really?
And they're tackling a dog. It's really messed up, dude.
Again, not Fly Today.
No, definitely not. Ugh. And then wasn't there a spin-off like Most Valuable Primate, the hockey one with the ape or with the
yeah. I need to go through and rewatch.
Oh, sorry, probably not appropriate.
It's from the same.
Very nice.
It's from the same producer. Right? And it's Matthew LeBlanc and a fucking
Ed. No, isn't it? No, that's not Ed, is it?
He was in Ed. I don't know if it's the same movie, but Matt LeBlanc 100% wasn't.
No. Ed is nope. That's Matthew LeBlanc. I think Kevin Zegers is also the lead. Is also an MVP. Let me double check.
But Matt LeBlanc one. Yeah, I remember that with the minor league baseball pitching Jim.
Yep.
Yeah, Ed.
I think I saw that once. I probably watched it like on rental from Blockbuster and never saw it again.
I had it on VHS for whatever reason. Can tell you why. Oh, hey.
Yep. Kevin Zegers, the star of Air Bud, is also an MVP, Most Valuable Primate. I need to learn this soon, but
for those who are Parks and Recs fans, the guy who played Larry, Terry, Jerry, Gary, Gergich is in the movie Ed. I did not know that.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I'm looking at the IMDb right now.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Going back to Rookie of the Year, though, like the Rookie of the Year, the premise of it, it's a sports fantasy movie essentially.
Of course,
what it is. But everything that happens in the movie, they try to base it as if it's a regular major league season. Like they put actual professional players in there to strike out, and then they go through like the contract stuff. And I sold your contract, and he's got the agent, the boyfriend Jack. Let's talk about him for a minute. What? He might be going on the villains list.
What a Jack.
He's so good at it though. Like he was a perfect smarmy, villain.
Totally.
He hit that to a T. Like, he's my client.
PLD tier list.
He's super quality. And then we mentioned Daniel Stern already as Brigma. Neil Flynn, the janitor from Scrubs, plays Oki, the first baseman, which makes me so happy. I forgot about that completely until I watched it again the other day. Like, oh, janitor, I forgot about him.
Yeah, I love that janitor. Yeah, no, there's definitely a few people. W. Earl Brown is the bullpen catcher.
Mm-hmm.
Barry Bonds is 3. He's credited as 3 big whiffers.
Yep. And John Candy's in it, uncredited as the announcer.
Yeah, because apparently he was cast after the film was done or something like that. That's what I'd read.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And they shot all that. I know he's uncredited.
The great Eddie Bracken as the owner.
Because we also recently watched Home Alone 2, so it was Duncan from
and Mr. Wally in Vacation.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's such a good cast. It's a 90s All Stars cast, and then just
loaded later.
There it is. He's my client.
Yeah. What a weirdo.
That one's going to be played a lot. But the whole premise of the movie for me, I'm originally from Long Island, New York, and this is the first time I ever saw something that I loved being portrayed as a villain because the Mets are the bad guys in this.
Yeah,
on the Mets.
Oh yeah.
So I was very conflicted when I left the movie. I did see it in theaters when I was younger, and I'm like, well, that was fun, but the Mets were the bad guys,
Well, I'm still stuck in the fact that Thomas Ian Nichols not only was the lead of this, but was also the baseball playing lead of Kid in King Arthur's Court.
Yeah. And then American Pie.
Once.
I thought you were going to American Pie too.
Well, yes, I knew him from other things, and I didn't realize that that was the same kid. But I went back to Kid in King Arthur's Court, which is co-led by Kate Winslet and
That's right.
fucking
Still have to see that.
Daniel Craig.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a
Oh,
weird one
wow.
with a great cast.
I saw it once, like on VHS back in the day. I don't think I've ever seen it again.
Yeah, me too. I
I-
think I saw it on ABC or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I had the white plastic clamshell VHS copy of it.
And so you can
That
tell
if you had that still sealed today, that thing would probably be worth a mint. Those things are. If you have any of those old Disney clamshells, and if you didn't open them, even if you still have it and it's open, it's probably worth quite a bit. But
I
if
still
you
have
had
it.
a sealed copy of that, holy crap, that'd be worth thousands probably.
I also forgot
Here's-
Josh Ackland was in this.
Here's the thing. It would be worth a lot of money because Daniel Craig and Kate Winslet would both be in a bidding war to try to buy it and burn it.
Erase it.
Is it that bad?
It's not memorable.
It's rough.
I remember the basic premise, but I could not
Yeah.
tell you a single plot point.
I mean,
Out there.
I think that movie was in the library as a kid, and I think I just said, as a big baseball fan, I think I said, I'm good. Like,
Good choice.
yeah. I knew how to
Especially,
sniff
like,
out
that
the good
time.
ones.
That's the thing is there were so many fun baseball movies at that time that
Right.
if you've got too many of them, there's going to be the one that falls through the cracks, and that obviously was the one that wasn't going to fly.
Yeah.
And
And unfortunately, it was Disney.
right, but Disney, I'm struggling to remember which was. I think Angels in the Outfield was first, and then that.
Angels in the Out, yeah.
Yeah,
That was a
94.
fun one. And that one I actually found
Yeah.
on YouTube. It's not on Disney Plus up here. I don't know if it is for you guys in the States.
I don't think it is either.
Yeah.
I'm relatively certain it's not.
I did find the full movie on YouTube.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've gone through all most of those to look for the ones and I don't recall seeing because I probably would have put it on immediately if I
Yeah.
saw it.
I
So,
forgot that Dermot Mulroney was in there as the dad.
wow.
You see him like twice.
Yeah, I saw that in theaters and maybe once after that. So
I
yeah.
watched it a few times. I rented it a few times when I was a kid.
Yeah, that was the other. Yeah, it was one of the ones. Well, I don't know. I think we had the VHS, so I think I busted out my parents' VHS player when I was at their house because I wanted to watch our original VHS Star Warses,
Oh, nice.
and then we had Angels in the Outfield. So I'm pretty sure I just popped it in. Like this is a few years ago, and I think I just watched Angels in the Outfield on VHS like 3 years ago. It was awesome.
Yeah, it's moments. There was even a sequel to that which I never saw, Angels in the End Zone.
What?
Yes, it was directed
directed
to
TV.
VHS at that time, I think.
Yeah, with Christopher Lloyd.
What?
Yeah.
We might
I
need to
am
find
so
this.
excited right now. I was about to talk about, in contrast, another piece of lost media not on streaming, HE Double Hockey Sticks, starring Will Friedle, Matthew Lawrence, and Gabrielle Union.
Is that actually what it's called? HE Double Hockey Sticks?
Yes. So I found this. You can only stream it on YouTube. Once again, but it's basically Little Nicky but hockey and kind of bedazzled.
Okay.
What?
And Will Friedle, like Eric Matthews from Boy Meets World, is a fucking demon.
Okay. First time I've ever heard of this.
And he has to corrupt Matthew Lawrence, his Boy Meets World co-star, his roommate in the show.
Nice.
And to signing his soul away to the devil. And it's a Disney Channel original movie.
Wow, I'm not even seeing it on IMDb.
HE Double Hockey Sticks. It's phenomenal.
So weird.
It opens up to
That's why it's an episode of The Wonderful World of Disney.
Yep.
Huh?
Yep. It was Disney Channel original movie.
Yeah. Griffo, a young devil in training, is sent to the surface of Earth to steal the soul of Dave, a hotshot pro hockey player, aspiring to be the youngest man to win the Stanley Cup. Wow. Yo.
My guy.
Holy
This
shit,
movie-
Tara Spencer Nairn is in this? Oh my god, she's from Corner Gas up here in Canada.
Yep. She's in it all right.
Wow.
Did not expect
As the devil incarnate.
that. Okay.
This movie is wild.
Yeah,
It's a fever dream.
I can only imagine Taylor Labine. I like him.
Like Will Friedle, just imagine Eric Matthews with like a crew cut and he's got like frosted tips and he's walking around in like Jinko like cargo pants.
Oh, there's an image.
Oh, Jenko.
Oh yeah. This is so good.
Oof.
It's so good, my man.
Yeah, for every good thing, there's definitely a few duds like that.
It's 83 minutes long.
Perfect.
Did you guys ever check out Heavyweights?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
saw Heavyweights.
Yeah, that's another all-star of these kids' movies
Mhm.
film.
Isn't Goldberg in it?
Yes.
Yeah, Goldberg, Karp from the first
Yep.
Mighty Ducks is in it. Also, what's his face? Kenan Thompson before he joined the Mighty Ducks was in it.
Yep.
And Ham from Sandlot's in it too, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And of course, how could we forget the great Ben Stiller? It's Tony Burkus.
God, I want those kids to see the end of Dodgeball.
Oh. Oh god, I watched that not that long ago. That still holds up.
Have you ever watched it with the commentary?
No.
I'm not going to say a word.
Okay.
Just do it.
Okay. I want. I
For a
have
ride.
the rated edition. I wonder if it's on there.
Is it the extended one? I think that's the one it's on.
Okay, perfect.
Wait, is it the commentary? I've heard about this with Ben Stiller doing it in character.
Ben Stiller and Vince Vaughn are doing it in character.
Nice.
Well, not in character. They're themselves. They are themselves, but they're playing characters themselves. I'm not going to say anything more than that because I want you to enjoy the ride of what happens.
Okay.
But I'll spoil one thing. Like Vince Vaughn, his whole thing of commentary, the only time he talks is when he's on screen and doing something. It's like, oh, here's where I pick up the wrench and I'm gonna throw the wrench. There it is. I just threw the wrench. Like that's all Vince Vaughn does.
That sounds very Vince Vaughn.
So when I was, I want to say like 12, 13 years old, I just found out the loop feature on DVDs. And I, during a family gathering, just put Justin Long getting hit in the face with a wrench on loop and like let it stay up there for like 10 minutes.
Oh. If you dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
It's where'd Juice go?
There he is.
Juice.
Yes.
Did you just go to the bathroom?
Did I mute my mic?
Yeah, a little bit. Yep. You totally did that. Did you go to the bathroom?
Yes, I did.
Did you wash your hands?
Yes, I did.
Okay. I'm gonna go do the same thing just real quick, but I'm actually gonna announce it.
Yeah, I gotta love Howard Stern. Or
So good.
Daniel Stern, not Howard Stern.
So
Don't
good.
get him up here where I live.
That's a very different Stern. Very, very different Stern right there.
This is the better Stern.
Oh man. Yeah, I did not wash my hands.
Well,
No, I'm just kidding.
you're in your
Now
own.
we have to inquire if AJ has done his hands.
Yeah.
Oh, AJ.
Oh.
So, sort of like the differences. Like I know you mentioned like Disney Plus having different stuff. Do you have like anything that we don't have that you're aware of?
Well, because what happened is when they bought Fox, they created this extra thing on Disney Plus up here in most of the world called Stars. So I actually have a lot of the Fox films on my Disney Plus.
We have those on Hulu for the most part.
Yeah, because we don't have Hulu here, so that's kind of the equivalent.
Gotcha.
Ah.
Yeah, but there probably are. I think the core Disney Plus stuff is the same.
Right. The original stuff.
Yeah, well, the original stuff, and I mean, like the majority of the Disney catalog as well. But yeah, no, we got a lot of those. It's very wild that goes, you're clicking by and hey, look, there's Muppets Christmas Carol, and then you go up a little bit and Deadpool 2.
I think the Deadpool movies are on ours now.
Oh
But
yeah,
those are. I think they just put them on because they are, within the Marvel universe.
On Disney Plus.
I think the Deadpool
I'm
movies are on
gonna
Disney
check
Plus
that
now.
out. That would
I
be
think they are.
interesting.
I'm relatively certain they are at this point. I know they're definitely they added all the X-Men movies. I think they added that too.
Yeah, those have been up here since they bought Fox.
Right. Because those were on. It was different down here with the way Fox was on primarily on HBO and Disney was on Stars before Disney Plus existed, and then obviously when everything started moving around, they had to shuffle everything. Disney still has to put some of their stuff on Stars by like the old contract, which is very weird. Like if you were to go on the Stars app, they still have like there's some of the Marvel movies are still on Stars, but they're also on Disney Plus. So
like the Sony ones go to Stars.
Like I'm also looking. Like
Sony
I pulled up my watch list here on Disney Plus up here, and I like 30 for 30. We have that on our Disney Plus up here.
some of them are here.
Yeah, not all of
the
them,
whole
but
thing.
every week they're adding more, so
Yeah.
I'm not worried about that. Yeah, so like there's something about Mary, Super Troopers. I say it's on
Those
my
definitely aren't.
Once Upon a Time in America, My Cousin Vinny, Me, Myself, and Irene, which is sitting right beside the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Yeah,
Well, and like
Fright Night.
you guys get like your Hulu is also Disney Plus, basically, right?
Correct, because that's what Stars is, because we don't have Hulu up here. Our distribution laws up here are really whack. They make no sense. Like, for example, like, did any of you guys have the WWE Network by chance?
I tried it a couple years back. I mean, I have
My
Peacock
buddy had
now.
it.
Okay, well, was it a separate app, like a smart TV app and
It
stuff?
was.
Back then it was, yes.
Not up here. Not up here. The only way you can get it is through your cable provider, and there's not even an app. If I want to watch any of that back catalog, I got to hook up my computer to my TV, or I got to use the shitty Internet Explorer app on my Xbox. It sucks. I got mad last week, and I ordered off eBay a used set of the WrestleMania box set because that way I finally have them all. I just was getting pissed off trying to use it.
You want to hear something wild? I found it. I threw it up on eBay. I found a shirt. I went to a couple of events when I was growing up in New York.
Yeah.
I sold a SummerSlam 91 shirt for $500.
Wow.
Yeah. Isn't that wild?
That is very wild. I went to. You guys ever heard of Value Village?
That one I haven't.
Okay, I guess it's only a Canadian thing. It's kind of like it's kind of like a Kmart of Salvation Army stores. But anyways, I found an original 1996 Austin 316 shirt, and I bought it for $5.
Nice.
Yeah,
Holy
doesn't fit me, but I still have it.
Oh yeah, that's a wall piece.
That's a collector's item. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I had one of those back in the day, but that's probably.
It was one of those like, what are the odds? Yeah, damn right. What? Yeah. What? Oh, God bless Austin.
awesome.
Yeah, I
We
sold
found
the-
out that there's latency in StreamYard one time when we tried to do a what chant intro. It was so bad.
It was awful.
We tried to do the what, and it was we're all a couple seconds behind.
Oh, I can imagine. That's too funny.
It's rough. Oh man.
Yeah, only on Disney Plus Canada would I have Edward Scissorhands, Independence Day, and the Golden Girls beside Enchanted and Jungle Cruise. And then followed in the next row by Predator.
Nice.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine seeing Predator on fucking Disney Plus.
Like I said, it's wild some of the stuff you find. But
yeah, that's Hulu for us.
I remember like 10 years ago, I used to have to use a VPN just to get American Netflix because Canadian Netflix had nothing on it. Nothing. Now
People are doing the opposite. Yeah. People
Yeah.
are doing the opposite. They're trying to get the other ones that aren't the American one because the American one doesn't have.
I looked at it and I wanted to say it was a good 3-4 times the content. It was ridiculous.
If you can get like the VPN and you can get like Australia or like New Zealand, and so their catalogs for Netflix are substantially better than the ones we have.
Well, and that's the thing though. That with their new thing with like you have to be in your home IP address.
Oh my
thing,
lord, that's so stupid.
That's the other thing that they're cracking down on. That they're not telling us is people can't do. Oh, I'm gonna go and check out Japanese Netflix.
Yeah,
because like that's Oh,
Yeah,
I
it's
just
pretty-
realized this. Like, I was talking about like the password sharing thing with some people on Twitter today, and how it's like terrible for anybody in active military, truck drivers, or students in college
That's
dorms.
what I was going to say right there. For anybody who travels for a living, think touring musicians, anybody who's on like a touring company for like a play or anything like that, anything at all, a bit professional athletes, anything like that, they are screwed.
Well, can you imagine
the money they lost? They probably lost a lot of money with all the shit they've been doing.
Yep.
Like, I want Jamal Williams' Netflix rant.
That would be funny.
Jamal Williams, you're not an American football fan, are you? At all?
I know a little bit, but it's all good.
Okay.
So he was on Hard Knocks on HBO because the
Okay.
Detroit Lions were on there, and he's known for doing very impassioned speeches. So
Very nice.
Him going on Netflix, that would be something.
He accosted. I'm going to pull this up. Actually, we're going to watch this.
Right.
Talking about Pokemon to a reporter, and this man is a legend. I'm just going to share screen to this and pull it up real quick. Like, he's among the top 2 funniest professional sports people ever, and he's not the second.
Some high praise. Probably this either he's frozen or it's all lagging, but probably the best sports comeback I ever heard. Patrick Waugh on Jeremy Roenick in the 96 playoffs. I'll tell it after this.
Yeah, we're definitely getting a lag here.
Don't do that. You can't disrespect. Must have sucked because you. This is come on. I'm bad. I'm sorry.
That would kind of lag. Like we didn't really see it.
I think I have to replay that.
Do you want me? I can pull it up quick if
that
you
was
want. I can find it.
Yeah, but you might have better. Jamal Williams.
So going into the playoffs, to the playoff round, Jeremy Roenick had Patrick Waugh's numbers, and so during the game, it's just before an upcoming game, Roenick was basically saying like how he would deke Patrick Waugh's jockstrap up into the rafters. So Patrick Waugh's comeback was, "Sorry, I couldn't hear him. I had 2 Stanley Cup rings plugged in my ears."
Nice.
Awesome.
Patrick Waugh was something else back in the day.
Oh god, yeah. There's a goal I'll never forget where he grabs it. He's like, I got it. Didn't know the puck had fallen out and Detroit had scored. Sometimes his ego got the best of him, but he was a great goalie.
100%.
No.
All right, let's do this.
I don't watch TV.
You didn't hear about it?
I'm trying not to cuss. I don't care. I just want to play football and go home. You're holding me right now. I just want to go home and play Pokemon.
Go home and play Pokemon?
Yeah, Pokemon.
Yeah.
Don't do that. You can't disrespect
Pokemon.
Pokemon. You sound like
I got my
old.
nephew some Pokemon cards. They're kind of a big deal.
I don't know what cards you got on them. They must have sucked because you calling them Pokemon. But it's fine. Never mind. I'm off topic. Come on. My bad.
What's that on his head?
He's got a Naruto headband.
I have
That's
no
what
idea
that
what that is.
Naruto's like a ninja anime thing.
Oh, okay.
I never got into it, but the dude is a super fucking weeb. He loves anime and just.
I can see that. He seems like he's a pretty fun guy.
He's just unhinged about his love of nerd culture, but it's like super weebo shit. It's so good.
I
don't understand any of that.
James Remar, love it.
Okay.
Love it. First movie I saw him in was The Phantom.
He was in The Phantom.
I love The Phantom.
The Phantom's like a motherfucker.
Yeah, my dad took me to see that one in theaters, and because he listened to the radio play growing up, and I love that movie.
Okay, so we found out that James Remar is available on Cameo for $60.
Wow, really? I thought you would have been asking more.
Nope.
We were shocked when I was looking through. We wanted to troll Jeff Alterman, and I'm gonna scroll through. I'm like, holy fuck, James Remar's only $60.
Wow.
We were all drunk. Deke got a hold of me in the middle of the night, and
We were
like,
both awake for some reason.
Well, you both were drunk, so you know.
Yeah.
And we type up the script about, "Hi, I'm Hollywood's James Remar."
We didn't even say that. Like, he did that himself.
No, we did say, "I'm Hollywood's James Remar," and Jeff, we need to tell you that you're a jabroni. Put down the Appletini. And this motherfucker ad-libbed 2.5 minutes. Is it 2.5 minutes?
It's a minute 20 seconds.
It's a minute
but
20
you-
seconds.
close.
Well, he ad-libbed a minute and a half.
It's still pretty good.
It's just on a walk at the park, like,
Awesome.
and just he went completely off script. Okay, can we show him the full thing?
I feel like we have to show it.
Yeah,
now.
I'd love to see this.
Hey, Jeff. James Remar here. Lord Raiden from Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Hey, pal, I am told that this is from, What the Show? And that you're a jabroni? Okay, man. Well, you got to put down the Appletini because the best Raiden said you got to do that, pal, because it is not weak to value life. You know, Shao Kahn and all those jerk-offs out there in Outworld, you know, you don't want nothing to do with those guys. So you're a jabroni. You got to put down the Appletini. And What the Show says you only watch a movie once in a calendar year because it's letterboxed. I don't understand any of that. But you know what? I'm coming to you from one of my favorite places in the world. It's Griffith Park here in Los Angeles. Near Hollywood, and that's where I live. I work here too. All right, Jeff. You take care, pal. And I guess your buddies love you over at What the Show. And I don't even know what a jabroni is. And and Lord Raiden should know everything because he's the god of thunder. All right, from the best Lord Raiden, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, James Remar saying, Jeff, so long, pal. Put down the Appletini.
That's pretty awesome. Well, maybe Bob, I'm running in Griffith Park. I'm like, no way. But it's still grabbing out of cause.
We have had multiple people when they were in Los Angeles go to Griffith Park
Looking for him.
try to find.
No way.
Because if you go and look, you can see all the cameos. He records almost all of them there.
Nice.
So they've gone scouting for him.
Has anyone
Nobody's
been
found
to
him yet, but they've gone looking.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay, so have you seen 1996's The Quest, directed by and starring Jean-Claude Van Damme, co-starring James Remar?
26 years ago, yeah, when it came out.
I have been trying to get Mike to watch this because we are such big fans of like the video game movies of that era, and this is basically a video game movie that's not based on a video game.
Pretty much, from what I remember about it, it's one of those you have to watch it to believe it because it's not the greatest film. And if I'm being honest, most of Van Damme's movies are not. I went back and watched Bloodsport a couple years ago. It's like, oh dear lord,
It's so
Sudden death.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, no kidding, sudden death. But for me, the best one, Universal Soldier.
Oh,
Yeah.
remember Universal Soldier 2?
Ooh, the return. Yeah.
Yeah. Kickboxer Vengeance from 2016.
Cyborg.
No, have you seen 2016's Kickboxer Vengeance though?
No, I have not. No.
It is a legacy sequel.
Yeah, he came back for that because he was the villain in the first one.
No. He's
No,
playing the same character from Kickboxer in a legacy sequel with a new lead, and Dave Bautista is the villain, and it's oh my god. My brother had a concussion, and we're up till like through the night together watching this. And this was the highlight of the evening because it's Bautista as basically Tong Po again. That's and there's this scene in the movie where Jean-Claude Van Damme and the new main character have to break out of prison, but like the guards were on their way to let them out and they kill everybody. It's like the scene in Suicide Squad where they kill the village.
Yeah. Oh god.
It's like that. but it's done unironically.
Oh dear God. Oh,
Straight
no,
face.
Retreat, No Surrender is the one I was thinking about. Never mind. The one where he plays the Russian.
Awesome. All right, so we're approaching the hour mark now. Before we always like to go to end with the bang, but before we get to that, Soda, why don't you give us some plugs?
Yeah, so you can find me over on the Northern Entertainment Group. We're slowly relaunching a few things, new brand identity and stuff like that. There'll be some more stuff getting added to that channel. I'm debuting a new show tomorrow with my friend 50 Shades of Geek called Fun with Flags, because I'm Canadian, he's Israeli. Every week we're going to teach each other something about the other's culture. So this week we just did the origins, but this upcoming weekend when we record it, I'm going to be telling him about the birth of the NHL.
Nice.
Yeah, because that's it's because it happened in Toronto, and then NHL is Canadian in origin, so it's going to tell them the history, basically the history of hockey. And then Friday nights over on the Let's Get Ready network, you can find me over on the Blokes of Wrestling show over there.
So, quick question: with hockey's origins in Toronto, is Toronto still really good? Like, have they stayed really good throughout the years?
Well, they haven't won a Stanley Cup since 1967, of course.
Yep.
Yeah, but no, it is the birthplace of the National Hockey League. And actually, what's fun, or no, it was Montreal. Sorry, where Toronto comes into it is it was done to spite the Toronto owner. Basically, they formed it so they wouldn't have them in the league.
Nice.
Yeah, they were very petty 100 years ago.
So we're actually in the process of moving. We're going to be moving to Savannah, Georgia. They have a brand new ECHL team,
yes,
the Savannah Ghost Pirates. And I just heard the team name. I'm like, sold already.
One of the things you got to look forward to is the ECHL. ECHL does novelty nights, so they're like hockey uniforms based around whatever. I saw one
of the Solar Bears here in Orlando, so yeah, I've been to a few of those.
Yeah, I've seen Don Cherry's flannel suit once. Is that they
did Dumb and Dumber the puppy suit
right.
this year.
Yeah, it's well, the way it's awesome. Go for money. Yeah, but that's where you can find me. Yeah.
Awesome, man.
It's cool too. The Ghost Pirates are actually the affiliate of the Golden Knights, so they do all of the same kind of it's themed differently, obviously, because it's themed to Ghost Pirates, but they do the same kind of ceremony kind of stuff. I went to a Golden Knights game about 6 years ago. Wow, that was fun.
That's what I keep hearing. It was
such an experience.
The last hockey game I went to was because I lived in Vancouver for 6 years before I moved back to my hometown. The last hockey game I went to was when the Canucks put Pat Quinn in the Ring of Honor right before he died. Yeah.
Gotcha. That's cool.
Yeah. By the way, guys, we do have a couple Streamlabs donations. So one from Pirates Coach donated $1, said, Windermere, what's wrong with him? You moron, you imbecile, time out. Next one from friend of the show and should be a guest sometime soon, I think. John Lustrina. Oh my God, it's Billy Frick. Henry Rowan Gardner.
So good. I forgot about because when we started talking about it, I remember like a bunch of the quotes, but as I've been watching it, I'm like remembering which ones I forgot about. But yeah, when his mom throws him I forget what she throws him, but throws him the thing as he's like on the airport terminal. Yeah, and Brickman was like, I haven't seen the floater pitch since Scruffy McGee. So many great lines.
There probably was a player named Scruffy McGee. Yeah. You ever heard those old nicknames?
Yeah.
I played the minor leagues.
And then the moment that my brother and I probably laughed at the most when we watched this back in the day was...
Oh, God.
Oh, I thought it had the full thing.
Whatever. Pinball,
pinball
machine and then knocks Henry out of the way.
Yeah. So
I heat up the ice cubes. Hot ice. Lustrina in the chat just...
It's the best of both worlds.
Remember, Henry, it's all free.
Nothing.
My lucky seeds.
Yeah, the lucky seeds. Oh, I forgot my lucky seeds. Oh, I think I have the...
You do have the lucky seeds?
Or when he's stuck in the cage.
Oh, he gets stuck in there because of his lucky seeds.
Let's play some ball.
90s Daniel Stern is a national treasure.
Oh, 100%. Let's not forget that we bushwhacked.
Bushwhack. Holy crap! I haven't thought about that movie since
Me neither. Not until
probably the
tonight.
90s.
Yeah.
Bushwhack watch along coming soon. I think so. But with that, I just gotta say, funky butt loving.
I saw Wallace Shawn die. Wallace Shawn is dead.
For roping. I like that.
You're a jabroni.